Hey everybody, it's that guy over there. I'm going to do a short little spiel here. I've been looking the past couple of days. There's been a few tournaments, GTs around the world, and lizardmen have been doing pretty well. One of them is Adepticon, and the other one, I guess I'm referencing a player, but he did well at their tournaments in Australia. But it was the South Coast GT. He did yeah, I can't remember which tournament it was down there, but um, anyway, it was two different style lists, and I thought I'd post up two lists that I see winning events, placing first at events. Um, so, so that way, maybe people out there who are looking to build lists or trying to shape their force, they can look at what is working for other people and go off that. So the first one is the I don't know his first name, but he's got a YouTube channel called Just Me Daily, I think is how you call it, Dally. But anyway, he's taking a cold one bus list, 2,400 points, and this one really interested me because I think I might actually try to build this one. Uh, if you watch his YouTube videos, he has two lists. He goes to the name escapes me. He goes to one tournament, changes his list a little bit, and goes to the South Coast GT. And he does well at both of those events. So, yeah, so I thought I'd just post up what he had. He's got the Source Old Blood. It's really kind of neat to look at each of the characters that he has and how they each have a role. So he's got what I assume is his general with the Stegodon Helm, Talisman Preservation, Under Trickster Shard, Great Weapon, Cold One. So he's got a 1+ save, 4+ invulnerable. He's toughness 6. He does impact hits. The other Trickster Shard lets him fight things like Demon Princes and have him with that 3+ reroll ones ward save guy with some success. So anyway, he's kind of like he takes down bigger characters. Anything with like an invulnerable save you're trying to get around. The next one is his Piranha Blade. This might have been the one he has general, but there's no way to know. The Charm Shield. He had Dawn Stone, Potion of Strength, Cold One. So basically, he had something that let him negate the first hit he took with the Charm Shield. He had a 1+ rerollable armor save. The Potion of Strength and the Piranha Blade let him drink that, charge into something like an Ogre unit, and just take them down, or like a monster perhaps, and just go to town with them. The D3 wounds really lets him power through. I mean, there was examples of him taking out 3 or 4 ogres just with that guy. So because he actually strikes at initiative because he doesn't have a great weapon, or all the other ones. Well, okay, 2 of the other ones strike last. So anyway, so he would show how many ogres came off, and it was like 3 or something like that. Which is pretty good and I think they were Iron Guts too. Iron Guts, yeah. The next one is Scarvet, Dragon Helm, Potion Speed, Opal Amulet, Halberd, Light Armor. So the idea behind this guy was he charges in, say, something like a ogre unit with Troll Guts up, or some monster with a regen, like one of those, whatever that guy's called, the Hell Pit. And the next guy you see has the Banner of Eternal Flame for the BSB. So he would drink the potion, charge in, just do 1 wound, take away the regen, and then let everything else go to town. So I know that the potion is not necessary for that if it's in the same unit. But, say there was something else going on where there was other people fighting, or like if yeah, I mean, I'm not sure why the potion of speed is necessary. I guess you could take that out, but if there was like another unit that was fighting in there, or it would just take it out at initiative like 6, and then everything else could go through, because anything that, like, say that. Yeah, so anything in that Cold One unit would be okay with the Banner of Eternal Flame. but the potion of speed let it pop it early. That'll pop off that regeneration save. And then the rest of the list is Teto Echo to let that thing Vanguard. A lot of times he was just throwing it up in the face of a unit. Like if he got first turn, he would Vanguard 12 inches, then move 14, and just be an inch away from whatever, because he just wanted to get the charge. And you can't do that for everything, but anything that ignores your armor save, that's bad. Anything that, how trolls can puke on you and take away your armor save, or maybe Skaven cannons and stuff. Yeah, so anything like that's bad. So you try to avoid that, but he threw it up in the face of a lot of powerful units that I thought were going to roll through that. Because again, I look at this and go, these guys only have like a couple of wounds each, but because he put all the characters from his cold wound unit up front, he could hide the BSB in the second rank, and everybody was pretty safe. He had a skink. He had Lore Beasts, and then he also had a Lore Heavens the second time around. This is kind of what I liked out of the two lists that he had for each of those events. I took the best things I thought, in my opinion, the things I like the best. I shouldn't say they're the best things. And then he's got all of his skink core, which he ran 2x10 for the cohorts, so that he could throw all of his javelins every round. 14 colon riders with a full command, and let him hide guys in the second rank. And then 2x3 pterodons. And the pterodons, they were just there to keep people off his flanks. He did things where he would block the flanks, so you had to charge the pterodons, and then you wouldn't be going into the sides of the Cold One bus. He'd use it to really just shepherd them around and keep them safe. So I really like this list. I think I'm going to try to make it. I actually have the skinks for it, and I just need to get the cold ones. I'm going to use Ripperdactyls, though, instead of pterodons, because they do the same things. They just can't flee. But everything else, they can't drop rocks either, which he used that to get rid of people's charm shield, like the demon princes and stuff, so that the hit they negated was from a rock instead of a spell or something, like the Amber Spear or something. The next list, I don't know how many points this is. I probably could have added that up, but he had a Death Slan. This is Kiwi Hammer. He posted this up. I'm calling it the Kiwi Hammer, but he did this. This was at Adepticon. This was the list. I don't know. Maybe the Kiwi Hammer thing is off, but anyway, he's got this is the list that got most battle points. Most points at Adepticon, but he ended up getting second place because of the way they scored it or whatever. It's on his blog. The description of what happened, but besides having the Slan, he's got Skink Priest, Teto, some Scarvets, the big skink group, Chameleon Skinks, Pterodons, and Salamanders, and I just look at it and go, I don't know if they post up. I don't know how this list works. I really don't know what I would do if I had to play this list, supposedly he did really well. He had 9 Pterodons. There's really just nothing in. I don't know what killed everything in the list. So hopefully somebody can explain that, but I don't know how I played this list. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't get my mind around it. Which if he did that well at Adepticon, he had 4 wins and a draw. Then obviously he did well, and he was saying things like he wasn't killing off units intentionally to help his sportsmanship. So I don't know. I don't know what how he played this list. There's no video battle reports for me to watch, but this was just another list I saw up. So anyway, take it and do what you will. The commonalities, you saw both of them had cowboy characters. So the Scarvets, the first one, each one had a role. The second one, they were kind of just being as survivable as possible. Both of them had Teto Echo. So he was vanguarding, and then he used his Heavens. Heavens is really good for buffing and debuffing. And then the Comet, as I've talked before, is good for like you moving right, and then you drop a comet to your left because nobody wants to walk in the path of that comet. So sometimes that'll hold people up. There was a skink priest in both of them, just with a dispel scroll. I didn't take a dispel scroll to that last tournament, and I did okay. I don't know. Dispel scrolls. If people get things off that are resistible, then you can't dispel it. I don't know. I never use it. They both had 100 skinks in core, which is a lot of skinks when you look at it. But really, if you get creative with unit fillers, or if you get the pterodons or the Riperdactyl kits, they come with some extra little skink bodies. You can get creative and make 100 out of 4 boxes of skinks. So that's not terrible. It's like $140. And then pterodons, they both had pterodons, which I just don't know how to use those, obviously. So maybe you guys have more success with them. But anyway, that's the end. Really just posting up some lists that I see doing well that have, and especially that first list, I'll go back to it, really having like video reports showing it doing well, and you know. So anyway, some new lists. Maybe you don't see them every day. And thanks for watching.